Hey, Love Bugs. I am currently having to use my phone for purposes. You're propped up on my laptop currently. I'm about to go on to Facebook and tell everybody we're live. So, looks like we have one viewer. Hi, viewer. This is our New Year's live stream. And we are going to talk about this past year. So, we've got about 45 minutes before our ball drops. Ooh. Hi, I'm Sunflower. Thank you for subscribing. I saw that you're a recent subscriber. So thank you. Sorry while you're facing him. I'm trying to get my computer plugged in. Because I'm having to live stream on my phone, as I said a minute ago. So yeah. But, there we go. Why don't you tell us about your year in review, Alex?
What do you mean?
How you think this year was. When you look back at 2017, what are the most memorable things and what have you learned?
Do not let people get to you, and that you can overcome anything. You put your mind to it.
Keep going. Hey, talk.
And that even though things get hard sometimes, you should never give up on your goals.
What is the most memorable things about this year?
Well, trying a new restaurant. That was fun. Went to the Beirut, and I spent time with my wife. You know, she's been sick lately.
That's what it is?
Well, not that. Spend time with you.
Well, I have several most memorable things. One would be you getting your license this year.
Yeah. Mention that.
Your finding long lost family members.
Yes.
I won't go into detail on that, but being tested on sorry if I keep looking up. We're looking at the screen, the television screen, because we're watching New Year's Rockin' Eve. But we're just watching to make sure we're not missing anything. But in the beginning of our relationship, I remember saying if we find the person that was lost, then I would be right by your side, and so I just know that, I was true to my word, and, I was there supporting you the whole way.
Mm-hmm.
And, so, that whole thing of me, saying, okay, yeah, I'm going to be there, and then, it finally coming up, okay, you guys were meeting up, and I said, okay, well, what do you want me to do? Do you want me to stay here? Do you want me to get a ride to go up there? Because you had the car. And so, you're like, I need you to come up here. I said, okay, fine, I'm on my way, and I immediately called the neighbor and got up there.
To me, the hardest number also was the fact that it tested my strength in the relationship. It tested who I would stand by no matter what.
Yeah, it definitely tested our foundation.
Yes.
Definitely.
Tested our foundation. It tested my strength as a man, as to be able to tell that person what's what.
Yeah.
There's definitely a lot of boundaries that had to be set in set in stone.
Sorry. If you hear the delay, I have to. I was trying to get to where he would.
So to me, what I learned this year is that family, your wife is your family.
Yeah. And it was hard. We had a rough year. We had a lot of problems. And you're the second viewer, by the way.
I am.
Yeah, so that you can look at the things.
Yeah.
But we had a lot of issues. We had a lot of I had set up some standards and some boundaries, and I wasn't wavering on my end, and he was kind of sort of wavering on his end, and so it's just one of those things where I was like, no, that's not gonna fly. It's do or die one way or the other, and so we had problems.
I mean, I will say this right here: when you're dealing with family who wants to be in your life and you have to make a decision, what's more important?
Which is more toxic? The relationship with your spouse or the relationship with this family member?
Yeah.
And if it's more toxic for this family member to be entering into your life, then you need to remove the toxins. Just like you would go to a sauna or go on a juice cleanse or a diet or whatever to cleanse out your body, you need to do that with your heart and your soul and your life, and remove those toxins that are bad for you.
Yeah.
And that's why I don't deal with stress anymore. I defer all stress to Alex because I don't do that.
I mean, growing up, I was taught to hide your stress. That men don't cry. That it's not okay to cry in public. A strong man doesn't cry. But now, I've learned that men do cry. It's okay to show your soft side.
Yeah. Yep. So, and what we're drinking, by the way, is Martinelli's sparkling apple peach juice.
I do drink, but I can't.
I don't.
I can't drink right now because my ears can hurt me.
Last year we made a promise. Thank you. Last year we made a promise to each other that this year we wouldn't drink.
I can't anyways.
And he thankfully has an ear infection.
Thankfully.
Well, yes.
Not really, it hurts.
Well, he's taking Sudafed, so he can't drink alcohol while we're doing this. So I've got a bunch of.
By the way, I'm not alcoholic. By the way, only reason I'm not drinking.
No, he's got Sudafed in his system, and he doesn't want to mix the two.
My choice.
But so that's what we're drinking. We're drinking out of little absinthe glasses because he's an absinthe connoisseur, and I bought these for him over the years.
I bought them.
No, I bought these off of Amazon with my card.
Okay.
I do.
Yeah, mine broke. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm an absinthe connoisseur, and what that basically means is it's a French drink.
Yeah, it's French liquor.
Mm-hmm.
But I bought these for him because I bought him some for his 2 years ago for his birthday.
Yeah, these are pink crystals, mine.
Yeah, they're glasses. They're fine. But I bought them for him with some liquor, and the liquor's long gone, obviously. But yeah.
I agree there.
Agreed.
I'm a dishwasher, and part of the people I deal with, I'm stressed every day. People I deal with stress me out every day. So I've learned actually to not push them aside. I'll stress the work aside, and let my stress go.
Yes.
So I deal with that every day. I deal with people always tell me, this needs to be done. This needs to be done. Dish, prep, cook, everything. So to balance everything together, plus the life at home, my wife is disabled.
Yeah.
So I had to learn how to take control, take a deep breather, because before we were married, I was stressed out
Yeah, and another thing that you've started working on this year. Sorry, my best friend just messaged me and I had to message her back real fast. But something that Alex has learned and has had to learn this year is priorities. You know, and that was the big thing with this family member. We're not going to say who or how they're related. But he had to learn, you know, look, I'm prioritized over everyone else, you know. And his bosses are fine with it. It's his coworkers who are butt heads. I'm trying to be nice. But, you know, it's one of those things where, like, he had to learn how to manage his time the best and how to prepare things for doing things properly and doing things well. So that he does have time to relax during the week. And so that he does get that one-on-one time with me.
I will say one thing to any guys out there. You can have fun in a marriage without feeling stressed out. The goal is to prioritize your wife. Keep your wife, make your wife happy, and if she's taken care of, chores are done, bills are paid, everything's taken care of first. Then have fun. Don't have fun.
Work hard and then play.
Exactly.
Is what he's trying to say. Sorry. I'm trying to get things situated. I have his phone that you just saw me set up. I have his phone next to us. That'll help a little.
Yeah, I did part of my story on YouTube not too long ago.
Yeah, he basically gave a rundown. I think it's our last video, second to last video, because I tried a webcam thing.
You know, people told me my whole life, you know, bullies, so you're not going to amount to nothing. You're never going to be anything. You know, I started believing that. You know, I graduated when I was 22.
I don't know, how old were you? 4 years ago? 21?
21.
21,
I graduated. People say it can't be done.
Graduated high school, not.
High school. People say it can't be done. It's impossible.
You're never going to graduate. You're not smart enough. Well, guess what? The man's had 2 jobs. He's got his license. You know, he's married.
Plus, I came from the streets.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, to me I start from the bottom. I can actually say I started from the bottom. Now I'm here.
Yeah. And we can still go up and we can still go down. You know, it's just a matter of how we stick together. He and we've had to learn this over the past couple of years, actually. After my grandmother passed away, I had been her caregiver for 6 years, okay? So from the time I graduated high school till she passed away, I was her caregiver. Mm-hmm. She had dementia. And when she died, you see, he and I got married in 2015. She died in 2016. We're not going to show that picture. Yeah. Not that it's showing anyway.
Anyways.
But she died in 2016. And so I took it really hard. We got married July of 2015. So I took it really hard. I was her caregiver. I was her, you know, she was my job, so to speak, you know. I had to look after her. I had to take care of her, make sure she was okay, make sure she didn't fall, make sure she was warm, make sure she was entertained. All of these things. And so, like, it was just hard for me to switch from caregiver to wife. And so, it's been a learning experience, but it has worked. Like, I think we've come out better. And now that I'm in wife mode, you know, I'm not as bossy.
Yeah. That's not saying okay, for one thing, her being bossy had nothing to do with her being mean.
No.
She was just bossy or stressed out.
Yeah. And yeah, I can get mean, I can get flustered, I can get angry, I can get, you know, I can go bitch mode if I wanted to. But I'm learning and I'm trying to not be as bitchy, because it used to be that when, you know, in the beginning of, you know, that transition between caregiver and wife, I was bitchy because I was having to tell my grandmother yes and no things and telling her what to do, that it just completely just messed with my mentality.
Mm-hmm.
So I was bossy towards him and, telling him what to do and all this stuff and how to do things. And now it's gotten to the point where I outline things for him. I show him, do you see how easy this is? Or the way he functions is he either needs to see it in writing or whatever, and then he needs it, mapped out, shown to him.
Here's how our relationship works. When we first started dating, a long time ago, we had a talk. 2 hours, 3 hours.
Yeah.
Tell everything about myself. I said, hey, this is me. I love you the way you are. I'll need you to wear makeup. I want her to go natural. No makeup.
Which I am.
No makeup, nothing.
I don't like wearing makeup.
To me, a woman, any woman out there, it's beautiful. Inside.
Mm-hmm.
The outside never matters. It's the inside that matters most of all.
Okay, that doesn't matter.
I'm just saying.
We were talking about bitchiness.
Bitchiness, but the same thing. Women, everybody be bitchy sometimes. I'm bitchy sometimes.
Yes, we know this. Clearly.
But sorry.
Wrong tangent.
I get off topic sometimes.
Clearly. But it was one of those things where, like, I had to learn not to be the mom, and I had to be the wife. And so, just the things that we've gone through this year and the way we have adapted this year have been huge strides.
Yes, I agree.
You can talk. I'm probably going to take a bite of my sandwich.
Going on, I want my life and my wife's life, and to be a lesson, not to be a lesson, but to be something you can overcome anything in your life. If you put your mind to it, if you sit there doing nothing, you're never gonna overcome anything.
Mm-mm.
If you sit in your bed and say I'm not gonna get a job, and just sit there all day long, what are you gonna overcome doing that?
Exactly.
The reason why I could accomplish things I did because I didn't sit down. I didn't let those bullies, people who bullied me most of my life, bring me down. And for a while I did. Yeah, they did bring me down for a while. But after a while I got tired of it. I get tired of hearing them every day.
Mm-hmm.
I get tired of backlash.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, you know what? I'll make some of myself.
Yep.
And that's what I do nowadays. I work hard as I can because even though I get yelled at by the people I work with, I do stupid things like, "What are you prepping for? It's not your job." Because I want to be the best of the best.
He'd rather be a jack of all trades than a master of none. And that's admirable. And so, I have been really into art lately and really into, YouTube content. And so, both my family and, Alex have enabled that. Alex got me my laptop, and he's like, okay, write down everything you need so that we can start looking for the best one for the best price. And so I wrote down everything I know that I'll need, like my antivirus software, and a good editing software, a wireless mouse,
Mm-hmm.
a laptop case, all these things to just further enable my abilities and my content. So he helped me with that, and then my parents got me. Where'd they go? Do you have them?
No, I don't know. It's over there.
Hand it to me. I showed this off in my haul, but my parents got me a pen set. It's 48 pens, and they're refills. Like, they have refills over there. So there's 48 pens in this case.
Mm-hmm.
See? And so I have 48 gel pens that my parents got me, and my mom got me a artist's book, or a beginner's artistry book, because she knows that I really want to learn how to do all these things, and she's enabled me to do that.
Yeah.
And then Alex has bought me he bought me an art set as well. It's a child's art set, but that's because it was Minnie Mouse, and he knows I love Minnie Mouse. And I'm sorry if I have to keep adjusting this. It's just hard to.
May I say something?
Mhm.
I don't have a lot of money, but I would rather have my wife happy, her smiling, than to have a lot of money.
Why he bought me a Subway today?
Money may be important. Yes, money pays bills. Yes, money takes care of yourself. But you can have all the money in the world and not be happy.
Mhm.
And anybody out there who is struggling right now, listen to your wife. Talk to your wife. That's the reason we talk to each other. We communicate sometimes.
Which is why you heard me say that's beside the point, as opposed to we weren't talking about beauty when he mentioned makeup. I said that's a different point. We were talking about something else.
I'm very open to my wife. I tell her everything going on.
Mhm.
I don't lie to her. So
Not that he can.
I can't lie to her, but still, I never would.
He can try.
Hey, I go to work. I'm like, hey, honey, so and so, she looked pretty today. Oh yeah, she did. We had a conversation that we have conversations every day because we have trust.
Yep.
Trust is key. If you want your wife, your kids, anybody to have trust, you have to build first boundaries and don't lie at the beginning.
They're called. Hand them to me. The box. No, the other box. The white box. I'll show you the case.
Premium color gel set.
No, there's a title on the front.
Oh.
That's.
Sorry.
I'll show you the box. That way you can see what they are, and maybe you can do your research on them.
Sorry.
They can't see that, but I can.
Oh.
Color it. Color it, free your creativity. Premium colored gel pen set. 48 gel pens, 48 ink refills, and travel case. So this is what the back of it looks like. There's the front. And then, this is how it came in the box. And what fell out of this section just now were the refills. So it sat like this. And then on top of it was the black case, that I have.
Yeah.
And it's actually magnetic.
Yeah.
So that's really cool. But that's what this looks like. It's really pretty.
See.
If you want it, this is not sponsored. This is I got this for Christmas and I just hit myself in the ear. That hurt. Looks like Mariah's having a better year this year. Anyway, but this is what it looks like. This is the brand. Color it. But I'm sure you can probably find it on Amazon because that's where my mom gets a lot of stuff.
Yeah, I bought my wife a laptop. Well,
You did buy it.
I did buy it.
Well, I told you kind of what I wanted and sent you with my card. But you picked out the color, you picked out what it was, and you went to the store and got it. So technically, you did buy it.
Yeah. To me, I would rather have my wife be happy.
Yeah.
I buy her sushi sometimes. She loves sushi.
I do. I also like Subway.
I buy her Subway. Hence why,
Today, I was just like, I really want a tuna salad sub. And so he went and bought me a tuna sub with everything on it that I like.
Yeah, I did not do it because she told me to.
No, he said, or literally, I was like, oh, I could go for another tuna sub. He's like, okay, well, write down how you want it and just give me the cash that I need for it, and I'm done. Because we have a savings little envelope set out of the way for if we need something extra. And so I made sure he had enough cash to get stuff for himself and stuff for me. And so that was fun. And he went and bought me that. The other day, he bought me flowers because I hinted, hey, it would be nice to have flowers,
And I would say one thing. I'm not the perfect guy. I make mistakes sometimes. being raw here. But the
Every relationship has hurdles and fights and problems. It's how you get through them and over them and build a stronger relationship
yes,
that counts. It's not the fact that, oh, maybe he didn't hear me, or maybe he did something wrong, and I'm frustrated because I don't feel good and I'm trying to get him to do something so I can get settled or whatever. Yeah, we have those problems sometimes. But, it's a matter of how we get through that and become connected.
people always ask every day, why are you married to a person disabled? It's like, for me, because I love my wife.
Yep.
I would never judge her. She's beautiful.
It doesn't matter about the outside.
Exactly.
It matters about the inside. Do you have, are you a nicer person? Are you understanding? Are you respectful? All these things.
If you walk through life judging people with your life, say, "Oh, I'm better than this person." Even though you look beautiful on the outside, you're gonna look ugly on the inside.
Let me tell you something. Beauty fades. Personality is forever. And yeah, I'm spunky and, saucy and spicy sometimes. You're not even in front, sweetheart.
Sorry.
Yeah, I may be those things sometimes, but, at the end of the day, it's how my husband and I interact with each other,
Our relationship the way it is, I can go to her and say anything to her. Anything I want to, I can say anything without the judgment there. I get to roll eyes sometimes. I get the roll eyes sometimes from her saying, if I say something that's sarcastic, I get the roll eyes sometimes from her saying, "Oh."
If he says something that I don't like, unless if he's just said it for the first time that day, I'm usually like, whatever. But sometimes, he repeats himself, and sometimes I do get frustrated, and that's when I said, okay, that's enough.
Yeah.
You've said this X amount of times. I don't want to deal with that right now. I don't want to hear about that. I'm not in the mood for that conversation right now. So just drop it.
Yeah,
I get saucy like that.
But
And yes, I get saucy, but it's only after probably the 4th or 5th time that I usually get there. Sometimes he says it once, then he waits 20 minutes, mentions it again, and I'll say, okay, you've mentioned that twice now. And then, but after he said it a 4th time within an hour, that's when I'm like, okay, that's enough. I can't handle it. Shut up.
I forget.
He does forget, but, sometimes it's one of those things where I'm just like, I can't handle that.
I will say, I know I'm young, but I forget things because my life is full of abuse. So, if my memory is not the,
He wasn't necessarily dropped on his head, but his head did take a few hits.
Yeah.
Just saying.
So, but to me, my wife is beautiful.
That's 8
Sorry,
times.
but I forgot. You have to excuse repeat myself sometimes because I struggle with
If I say that too.
Sorry, whatever. Well.
See that whole thing where he just tried to repeat himself? Why don't you go turn on the overhead and I'll hold this.
Yeah.
So you don't spill it.
The goal I have nowadays is still not an option.
Mhm.
Are you blowing up my drink?
Yes.
It's not a cigarette.
I know. But I like the way it smells and I don't want the bubbles up my nose. So if I blow on it, it hits the glass and comes into my nose.
Do you smell the drink here? Here.
No, here, watch. Blow on the edge of the drink. See how it hits the glass and hits you in the nose without the bubbles all hitting your face?
Yeah.
See? You learn something new every day.
Never stop learning.
Nope.
I don't know.
Oh, that's the new thing. I think this is the new thing that Zendaya is in.
Yeah.
Maybe. No,
So
maybe not. I don't know.
basically what we're trying to say is, never give up.
Yeah.
Follow your dreams. And don't let people bring you down.
Yeah. You know, you need to write your goals down, or you need to have your goals and a plan of action to accomplish them.
Yes.
And not let anybody deter you. No matter what obstacles you go through, no matter what people's opinions are of you, don't let those things and those obstacles deter you. Yes, you'll have setbacks. Yes, it may take longer. Yes, you'll have delays. Yes, life gets in the way sometimes. But at the end of the day, it's whether or not you're pushing forward and moving forward in the process of attaining your goal.
What happens when no one's grabbing a dialogue off that?
You're still on. She must have left.
Yeah.
But it doesn't matter because we're still going to be live until New Year's.
So, whether that's your wife, your dad, your mom,
whomever it is that is pushing you away and says that's not achievable, you know, prove them wrong. And this is, right now, there's only us online because Alex is online on mine.
This is not a PSA, by the way. I'm not trying to PSA anybody.
No, this is, you know,
I'm being real.
Words to our future selves as well.
Exactly.
You know, we're less than 15 minutes away.
I'm 26 years old.
We're less than 15 minutes away.
Yeah, let's watch the thing then.
But yeah.
Are you ready to watch it now?
No, I'm not. We're going to be live while we're watching it, Alex.
Yeah. So, stay positive, everybody.
Don't, you know, set your boundaries, set your morals, set your standards, and don't let anybody, you know, let them waver. You know, if somebody tries to deter you, just tell them no, you know, or just walk away from negative people.
If that person in your life is only your friend from the beginning, and you realize during those years later on they're not your friend, they're trying to judge you and make fun of you, they're not your friend.
Exactly.
They used you.
Exactly.
To get in your circle.
Exactly. And so, you know, if the whole thing is set your goals, set a plan to achieve those goals, and no matter how long it takes, and no matter what setbacks and what negativity you receive through your process and through your plan, don't let that plan stop when you hit a hurdle.
Exactly.
They're speed bumps. They're not brick walls.
And there's no such thing as something that's too impossible to accomplish.
Exactly. You know, we are in the process of doing a lot of stuff ourselves. You know, we have our own set of goals and set of things going on.
Yes. My wife had to learn that, you know, she does not baby me.
No, I don't. I make him put his big boy pants on and
the only reason why, you know, Mike did not say you couldn't drink today. I chose to drink it because I have a bad earache right now, but it's hurting like crazy and it's stinging. So, you know, it's my choice. Not her choice.
No.
You know, there has to be boundaries in a relationship. Whether that's talking things out, anything. Don't let people bring you down, you know. And I will say one thing, you know, anybody, like husband guys out there, don't be too hard on your wife or your husband. Don't judge them because they do something wrong. Just, you know, talk to them. Don't yell at them, scream at them, make them feel like they're little. Because women have feelings, and on contrary belief, guys have feelings too. We just hide it sometimes. I was being raw, but sorry.
You're fine.
So, those little things that people say hurt.
Mhm.
Yeah. Same thing with fellas. If your wife is upset about something, for any reason, she's not smiling, not happy, something's wrong.
Mhm.
You should talk to her and see
And if she gives you an attitude, don't jump back down her throat
exactly.
when she's in a mood.
Exactly. I've learned myself.
Yes, he does.
Yeah, so
It's one of those things where today, or it wasn't today, it was the other day, I was just not feeling good. I was like, I don't feel good. I flat out said, I don't feel good. I'm not in a good mood. I don't feel good. This did not hurt. I'm dizzy, da 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 da. You know, my blood sugar had dropped. I hadn't eaten anything. I was getting sick. I was like, I don't fucking feel good.
Mm-hmm.
Pardon my language. You know, and so I was just like, I can't deal with it anymore. I'm done. I can't. And so I had an attitude, and like I said it basically like this. And like I was getting kind of pushy because I was hungry.
Yeah.
And trying to get nutrients in my body, and he wasn't working fast enough for my blood sugar.
Yeah.
So I just had to. And he understood. That was the time where he understood a little bit. You still gave me a little bit of attitude.
Yeah, I was tired too.
Yeah.
I'm not saying I'm a perfect husband. I'm not saying that I don't argue sometimes. I'm just saying that what's upset with you, there's a reason why. If she's telling you, like, for example here, she's saying, like in a boss, we look at a girl for an angry attitude. She's not mad if you look at the girl. She's mad at something else. Something you did at home upsetted her.
Or maybe
Or like,
you're not giving her the attention that you're giving this other girl.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. If you all talk about, like, if you go home and say, oh, you don't feed your wife, you don't do anything for your wife, just argue, the outcome is going to be negative. So, this is coming from, I've struggled with a lot, I've been through a lot in my life.
Yeah.
So, you have to learn that my wife has needs.
Uh-huh.
And sometimes I'm tired. Sometimes I get to work, I'm like, I'm tired. I don't want to do anything. I'm angry.
Uh-huh.
And I can sit back and like, okay, wife's hungry.
Uh-huh.
Feed my wife.
Uh-huh.
Feed myself. Feed the dog. Take care of things. I'm tired.
Uh-huh.
If I come over today and they don't do anything, eventually she's going to say, okay, wait a minute. Why are you here for?
Exactly.
And that's going to drift apart.
Exactly. Also, lack of communication. If you two don't communicate, if you guys don't talk about verbal, physical cues as to when someone's angry or whatever, then you're never going to know, and you're just going to think he's an a-hole or she's a bitch.
And I will say one thing for any person out there: if you're gonna talk, don't hide things from your wife.
Nope.
Don't come home saying, "Oh yeah, I'm happy, I'm good and happy." Don't come behind her back like, "Oh yeah, I thought no one behind her back."
Exactly.
Come to her and talk to her about that situation. I know it sounds weird.
It does. It's one of those things where, like, you have to be honest and respectful and trustworthy before she allows you to do anything. And that goes both ways, Like, my husband doesn't ask me, what are you doing all the time on your phone? I show him, I'm like, hey, look, there's this and that and this and that. So.
Yeah. Sorry.
This is hot.
I will say,
It's
to me, if you come to wife for anything, don't be that person to, hide things from your wife.
Huh.
Tell the truth about everything. Don't say, like, oh, be happy, hey, if you think some girl's cute, ask your wife. Honey, you think she's cute?
And if she says no, ask why.
Yeah, exactly. What's wrong with her dress? Oh, it's ugly. Why? She'll tell you why. And the reason if you get a negative answer is because you're not taking care of her.
Or the fact that that person may not look good in whatever they're wearing. I mean, it may not flatter their figure the right way.
Exactly.
Oh boy, that's creepy.
Yeah. Our relationship is a lot different in our relationships because we have that trust.
Yeah, he's still having to build it though.
I'm still working on it.
I'm so tired.
But I love my wife just the way she is. I'm going to change her.
I'm sorry if I seem dragging right now. I've literally been up for like, let's see, what time did I go to sleep? I went to bed at noon. So I had about 9 hours of sleep before my dog came in and busted through the door. And so I was just like...
Honey, let's watch the thing real quick. Turn on.
Okay, it's right here. Okay, so we're 2 minutes away, and I'm going to turn on our thing, our New Year's Rockin' Eve, and we're going to talk during it.
Yeah.
I'm going to turn it down just a little.
Make sure your wife is happy.
Yes.
And
women, tell him when something's wrong. Don't just blow him off and say, oh, nothing.
If you're one of those guys says, oh, I need this right here done. If he's if he's wants to open a relationship with anything, tell him, say, hey, you're spending too much time with one girl. You're not taking care of me at all. What's going on?
Exactly.
If he says, oh, you're being a bitch, then you say, oh.
If I'm being a bitch, then what are you doing wrong?
Exactly. Yeah. Don't let the man guilt trip you.
And don't let the woman guilt trip you either.
Exactly.
But if you're not women, if you're not being taken care of the way you know you need to, tell him.
The same goes for guys.
You know, you guys need to communicate and spend time with each other.
If your wife's not giving you, if she's not satisfying you for any reason, you set some bad anything, the reason like that.
30 seconds left, y'all.
Because you're not taking care of her. It's a two-way street.
Yep.
If you want things to be done like your fantasies, your fantasies have to have
12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Happy New Year! Happy New Year, everybody.
Happy New Year.
Here's to a good 2018.
Last but not least, before you go to bed, if you want your fantasies met, your fantasies have to involve your wife.
Yes. Anyway, like, comment, and subscribe down below. Happy New Year, everybody. Here's to a wonderful 2018. Remember that we love you. Love bugs. Mwah.